What's up, voters? Welcome back to Purple Disco Elections. I am Disco. Welcome to part 2 of I have no idea how many. I'm going off the fly of the mini series of predicting elections. Welcome. So today we're going to be talking. We're going to continue off where we left off, which was talking about Georgia. Now, where was I? Yeah, I was talking about polling data. Now, right before I left off, I do not know whether Stacey Abrams can win, but right now I can confidently say that Georgia could get lean, possibly even to a likely stage, because it's 3 points. And even for president of the United States, presidency, Georgia, not in 2024, I need 2020. Even for Biden, it was a toss up. It was a 1 point lead and narrowly winning it. So, yeah, I could say, yeah, I confidently can say that that Georgia can be lean. Now, that said, we'll go on to our next state. We're going to do only about 2 more, and then we'll call it. So, yeah. Close this. I think I have to do this here. Yep. Now, our next bit is Kansas. Now, the Democrat nominee, Laura Kelly. The incumbent. Kansas is electing. Kansas electing a Democrat. That's a bit strange, in my view, since Kansas is so red, but they have elected Democratic governors in the past. Now the Republican nominee is Derek Schmidt. Hello, Schmidt. Hello, Smithers. So, can she win? I do not know. Now, the gubernatorial election is a bit weird for Kansas because it's so weird. I'm not used to going into. Okay, that would explain it. So, there's some polling data that's really weird. We'll go into that later. Polling data, we'll go into that later. Like I said, now let's find out more about these. The incumbent is Laura Kelly, the 48th governor of Kansas. She won in the blue wave by 5 points with the help of an independent in 2018. Now, in 2018, so basically she's being very critical of her opponent, basically cutting budgets so much where it hurts special public programs that even Republicans disliked. So that gave her an advantage. The COVID-19, she took steps to make sure that COVID-19 was not going to spread anywhere. She did use the vaccine. So she has some history with some religious and healthcare, human services, school funding. I thought that's a shooting. My apologies. And yeah, social issues. So she's a supporter of the LGBTQ community, which is something that voters are really in for, which is new, which is something America is finally accepting. Now, Derek Schmidt, the Republican nominee for the 2022 governor elections. Now, can Schmidt win? Yes, very likely. Trump won the state by 14 points in 2020. Kansas, she only won it by 5. Not Kansas. Oh my God, I'm gonna not do this. Am I going to do this right? No, Kelly won this by 5 points. Although as you can see, she did not win a majority. But Kansas has been trending blue for some time. Well, every state I mentioned has been trending blue. 2020, 20.8, 25.8 in 2004. We'll go straight to 2012, which is 21.7. But then 2016, one of the few states to actually move to the left, 20.6. Then in a massive swing, turns likely. Missouri is more blue, has more blue roots, more Democratic roots than Kansas, and yet Kansas is further to the left, went farther to more Democrats. 14.7, which is honestly kind of shocking to hear because you've never seen. I'm gonna sound like Trump now. Dang it! It's not really heard of for Kansas, such a rural state, to turn blue. So yeah, it's going to be interesting to see that. So yeah, that was just his background information. Now we'll go for Derek Schmidt. He is the 44th Attorney General in Kansas. He assumed office in 2011, winning an election in 2010. Based off to the left, it is very clear that he is weird in some areas. We'll go for some elections. We'll go for some corona or some COVID-19 responses. Yes, he was very opposed to the government actually stepping in and to help stop the spread of COVID-19 and stop the pen from leaking in my lap. Damn it. He had a harsh critic of President Obama and his policies and federal regulations. As he contended him as were illegal federal overreach. So he is very much a small government guy. He'll probably fit that into a woman's vagina, probably. The birth certificate proceedings. So, despite numerous judges across the U.S. having rejected challenges to the natural-born citizenship of Barack Obama since before he was elected president in 2008, Kansas Secretary of State Chris Kobach persistently demanded proof of citizenship before allowing Obama's name to appear on the 2012 Kansas presidential ballot. So he is a conspiracy theorist at this point, where he's basically like, Obama wasn't born here; he's born in Kenya. Yet nobody says that about McCain. McCain wasn't even born on U.S. mainland. He was born on a in a military base. Someone fact check that. So same-sex marriage. So Smith defended Kansas in a lawsuit brought by the ACLU seeking to invalidate Kansas' ban on same-sex marriage and its prohibition on allowing same-sex couples to change the name on state driver's license to reflect their married names, receive spousal health benefits, or file joint state tax returns. So he hasn't been really supportive of Planned Parenthood. This is going to be helpful because this will get to know if he's really a staunch Trump supporter. Because remember, Roe v. Wade was overturned, and Kansas actually voted in favor of keeping abortion legal by 57% of the vote. They wanted to keep abortion legal. Although I will have to mention that I think some of the people, it wouldn't surprise me if some of the people actually said that, oh yeah, we were pro-life that voted to be pro-choice. It wouldn't surprise me if they said that, oh yeah, that's a bit of a mistake, because the wording wasn't exactly clear. It was contradictory to itself, and basically the Republican legislature basically screwed themselves over because it was that difficult to understand. Now, marijuana. In 2015, Schmidt asked the Kansas Supreme Court to strike down a ballot measure approved by voters in Wichita that created a city ordinance reducing marijuana possession and enforcement in the city. The measure specifically reduced the penalty for persons over 21 charged with the first marijuana possession offense. Okay, so marijuana. Okay, so he does. So according to this last paragraph, he is not a supporter of marijuana. Election illegitimate. It's allegations. Oh, God. So, conspiracy theorists joining challenge to 2020 presidential election results. Basically, going for the conspiracy theorists. I did not know about the 2014 Biden administration lawsuits, campaigning for governor. So it is clear that he is a very staunch Republican. Let's look for endorsements. I'm pretty sure he has that. Yep, he has the endorsement. So far, 538 has his lean. I would not count it as lean yet. Here has Donald Trump and Mike Pompeo. I thought it was Mike Pence at one point, but Mike Pence. That was Mike Pompeo. So yeah, that's Kansas for you. Kansas is one of the weirdest states, but for polling, that gets a bit tricky because Schmidt has been leading, but Kelly has been also leading by 12 points. I would ignore that one. That's 12 points. Let's go for real clear politics. I have not seen a single poll, but there has been saying that, oh yeah, it's going to flip for Republicans. I am not sure. I'm going to keep it as a tilt Democrat. I'm going to put it as a tilt Democrat since that Democrats are going to ride away this year of heavily dissatisfaction with the Republican Party, and the fact that Kelly being a Democrat and Kansas being electable seems pretty viable that she will win. Now, we'll go to our next state on the list, Maine. Well, Maine is not really the main event, but still, there is a chance that could flip Republican, but I do not see that coming. But Maine is a swing state. It has moved more and more purple, and it will not surprise me within the next 10 years it flipped to Republicans. But yeah. Oh God, my throat's dry. All right. I do have a 30-minute timer on because of this free thing. All right, I'll do this tomorrow. Thank you all so much for watching, and take care.